I'm here at the West Hylebos wetlands here in Federal Way, Washington. It looks like it has some pretty historic things here, so let's go ahead and check it out today. Thanks for joining me. David Denny built this cabin here in 1889, 5 weeks before the Great Fire of Seattle destroyed most of the rest of Seattle. And here's a good look at that cabin that they built. It's kind of an interesting design, and they used it for their real estate business. I guess it helped bring in some customers. This is the cabin of John Barker. Built in 1883, it's the oldest cabin in the Federal Way area. He had 3 children, and later 3 other families moved into the area. Off we go to the boardwalk. Let's see what kind of adventure we can go on today. Don't get too excited. Looks like the trail takes a turn here. Pretty sharp turn. And here we come down to another part of the trail, and there's another sign here. Let's go check it out. Looks like this is a sign about reforesting for the future. So they probably have a lot of things going on here where they're checking out the ecosystem, trying to keep things from getting bad here, and that's why they're careful about who can come in here, and they don't allow dogs. And stuff like that. They're just trying to maintain everything or actually improve the environment. There's been a lot of rain here, so this pathway is kind of muddy and slick in some spots. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my boots. Hopefully I won't really need them. It's pretty nice terrain here. Nice little picnic area. A pleasant little place to sit there. Now, what's called a trading post. Somewhere where you can take one, leave one, high, share, keep, kindness, prayers, etc. Guess you keep them in there. All that's in there now looks like a flour and a sugar packet. Looks like they came up with this place in 1983. That was the year that I got out of the Air Force after serving my 4 years. Doesn't really seem like a really long time ago to me for some reason. Here's another sign welcoming people to West Hylebos wetlands. Apparently there's a big circular trail here. Looks like I got a ways to go, so better get a move on. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going on the boardwalk. So we got a little bridge type section here. There's a lot of undergrowth, so I guess that helps it from growing up onto this boardwalk as well. This part of the forest actually looks a lot like areas I had around me when I was growing up, places I'd make trails through and stuff like that. So it's got a real familiar look to it, but of course I grew up not too many miles from here. Like those are some berries, look a little bit like salmon berries, but I'm not really sure. Looks like we got some destinations here, and I don't know if I want to take the short route or not. I guess half a mile is not really too long. It's a nice little bend in the road. Got another sign here. Shrub to forested wetlands. I guess at one time it was just a bunch of shrub, but when they left it alone, it turned back into wetlands. This area is, you know, people have lived around here for a long time, about 120 years or something like that. This boardwalk looks pretty nice, actually. They created a little alcove here with something to see, little benches to rest at. Apparently this is a place that has peat bogs. They help preserve precise ash records of past volcanic eruptions. Modern pollid samples, ancient flora, even hair, hide, and tissue of prehistoric peoples and creatures. Well, I could tell you one thing. With Mount St. Helens and Mount Rainier here, which is actually still an active volcano, it's no surprise it have plenty of volcanic ash around here. Looks like someone was in clearing this area. You could tell those trees had been sawed through or used a chainsaw or something on them. A tree fell across here, and you can tell by the different painted board there that they had to do some repairs. Here's another one of those areas where they put up a little bit of fencing on the side here. Looks like we're going through some watery bog area. As you can see, it's a little bit probably like Louisiana. I've been down there, but I never visited the swamp lands. Sharp right turn. Curved left turn. Another right turn. And a straightaway. Guess we got Hylebos Creek here, but can't read too much on this sign anymore. It's had too much exposure. There's a nice little creek goes down underneath this bridge. I guess this tree is a Sitka spruce. Got to be careful on these boardwalks. You can see the lichen and moss and stuff that grows on these. Well, that's pretty typical here in the Northwest, where it's really rainy and dark. You'll get some of that. And on these boardwalks, when it starts to grow, you'll get this kind of slimy, slippery feel to it, where if you're not careful, you could slip and fall. So I'm very careful watching my footing here. Well, I would have thought maybe this would be a rest point or something, but maybe it's overlooking this fallen tree here. And I see a tire on that. Looks like that must be like an old truck or something from way back when that was caught up out here. So far, this has pretty much been all boardwalk, which is kind of nice because, you know, then you don't have to worry about going up and down and climbing over things and whatever. It's a pretty smooth trail when you just have a boardwalk to walk down. Really nice to be out here. It's another fallen tree. Look at that root system. Those roots are huge. Yeah, it's just kind of a calm and serene walk out here. It feels very peaceful, and it's just nice to enjoy the nature and hear all the birds and not to have it be raining on you, which is a pretty frequent occurrence in this area. That's why we have so many green things. Of course, I'm wearing a green shirt to camouflage myself. I'm sure nobody can see me out here when I get that shirt on. Wonder what it was like back in the olden days. You know, back before they had color and everything was in black and white. That's what I remember about the olden days. It's like I stepped back in time. Nobody around, no people, no cars, no planes. Coming out of the darkness into the light. A lot of forest cover under all those boardwalks. Thanks for joining me here at West Hylebos Wetlands. And come back and join me for another adventure of Big A.